Hello guys, welcome to the official Pitchcast where we're talking about everything football. Yes, when you talk about football, talk about banter, talk about results, fixtures, highlights, goals, anything you think about football. This is the podcast for it. Yes, stay tuned with us always as we're bringing you results, highlight videos, anything you think about football on this platform. Yes, we'll never disappoint you. We'll be taking you through the midweek games. Let's take a look at the results in the midweek games. Let's see the biggest losers and the biggest winners in the Premier League. Yes. Firstly, we Manchester United drew against West Ham. A very tight game for Manchester United. Which I would say it's a very difficult game for Manchester United, having taken the lead at the 58th minute where Diogo Dalot scored. That goal gave the Manchester United fan the hope that yes, they are going to claim these 3 points. But unfortunately, West Ham disappointed them at the Old Trafford, running away with a point, and the game ended in a 1-1 draw. And next, we have Liverpool versus Sunderland. Yes, the game Liverpool Sunderland, another disappointing outcome for Arne Slot's side. Yes, the game ended in a 1-1 draw at Anfield. Yes, Sunderland put up a very good fight. Honestly, the Sunderland side, they are a very good side. Having gained promotion from the Championship and back to the Premier League, this Sunderland side have been putting a very good fight in the Premier League. They are showing that they are a very good team that you should not joke with. And then next we have Arsenal versus Brentford. Yes, the Gunners still continue their very good form, having played Chelsea after the Champions League game. They played Chelsea, which ended in a 1-1 draw, and heading into the Brentford game, having rested the likes of Bukayo Saka was rested in that game, and also we saw the Eze rested also in that game, but still they won that game against Brentford. Yes, Bukayo Saka was subbed in the second half, and it's still the win for the Gunners side. Yes, currently they are still top of the table. And the next is Aston Villa. Yes, I think Aston Villa was a very huge game that we saw a lot of goals scored in that game. But the game ended in the favor of Aston Villa. Aston Villa beat Brighton 4-3. Yes, and Crystal Palace beat Burnley 1-0. Yes, and Nottingham Forest beat Wolves 1-0. Newcastle versus Tottenham Hotspur ended in a 2-2 draw. Yes, well, it was a very huge and tough match between Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur. Everton were able to clinch 3 points against Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. Yes, it was a very tough match, but unfortunately, it went the way of Everton. They won the game against Bournemouth 1-0. Leeds versus Chelsea. It was a very sad day for us Chelsea fans because it wasn't the result we expected. Because he has putting up such a performance in that game. Honestly, it makes me doubt the Chelsea side, because having put up a very good performance against Arsenal and going into the game against Leeds, you would wonder that is it not same Chelsea that draw against Arsenal and now they are being beaten by Leeds United. It's very funny because so many people have been saying it online that Chelsea beat the champions of La Liga, they beat the champions of Ligue 1. They almost beat almost every champion you get except Bayern Munich. But now coming to face the champions of championship. No, that's a very disappointing performance for me. Very disappointing performance. Having seen so many changes made in the lineup in that match against Leeds United. When you have a lot of players, you are rotating the squad a lot. It gives imbalance in that team. So I feel yes, Maresca should know when to rotate a squad. The Premier League, we want to win the Premier League. You shouldn't see it as if we don't want to win the Premier League. We just want to make the top four. No, we are contending for all the trophies this season. You should know that. You should know that from now. And going into the fixture for the weekend, we'll be having Chelsea against Bournemouth. Yes, Chelsea will go into the Vitality Stadium to play against Bournemouth. Do not forget that Bournemouth have been a very strong team this season. Yes, it's going to be a very tight match, very difficult one for Chelsea, but I do hope that Chelsea come out victorious in this game. Yes, I'll be giving my prediction after the fixture rundown. Yes, we have Aston Villa will take on Arsenal. Yes, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Unai Emery will be hosting his former side at the Villa Park. It's going to be a very tough one. considering Aston Villa's form this season. And their last 5 games have been very impressive. They won all their last 5 games. Also, Arsenal too, they've been very impressive too. But their last 5 games, they won 3, they drew only 2. Yes, going into this game, it is going to be a very difficult one. It is going to be a very difficult one. It is not going to be business as usual. So let's watch out for the game Aston Villa versus Arsenal. And Bournemouth, like I said, Bournemouth will take on Chelsea at the Vitality Stadium, and Everton will take on Nottingham Forest. Everton versus Nottingham Forest, and Manchester City will be hosting Sunderland at the Etihad Stadium, and Newcastle against Burnley. Yes, Newcastle against Burnley, another match to watch out for. Tottenham against Brentford. Yes, Tottenham against Brentford is another game to watch out for. Leeds will be taking on Liverpool. Yes, Leeds against Liverpool. Will this be the game where Arne Slot will redeem himself? And having benched Salah for a 2 consecutive game, will Arne Slot reinstate Salah back to the team? Let's find out this weekend. Leeds against Liverpool, and Brighton against West Ham is another game to watch out. Yes, Fulham against Crystal Palace. Another one, Crystal Palace. Fulham against Crystal Palace. It's another game for the game week 15. And lastly, Wolves will host Manchester United this weekend. Yes, and these are the fixture for the game week 15 in the English Premier League. For my predictions, I'll just give you the rundown. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Yes, I'm seeing this game. It's going to be a difficult one for Arsenal, and I'm seeing Arsenal win or draw. Yes, Arsenal win or draw. Bournemouth Chelsea. Considering the form currently, and let's see how it goes, how it plays in the Premier League this weekend for Chelsea. I'm seeing Chelsea win or draw. And Everton against Nottingham Forest. I'm seeing this game to be a full-time draw, 1-1 draw, 1-1 draw. Manchester City versus Sunderland. I'm still seeing. I'll predict this game as 2-1 in favor of Manchester City. Newcastle versus Burnley. Newcastle Burnley. I'm predicting Newcastle to win against Burnley. Yes, Newcastle to win. Yes, and Tottenham Hotspur versus Brentford. Yes, this game, I'm seeing this game to end in a 2-2 draw, or win or draw for Tottenham Hotspur. Leeds versus Liverpool. Yes, having beaten Chelsea, it's a huge boost for Leeds. And going into the game against Liverpool, Liverpool have been inconsistent recently. I still say Liverpool to win or draw. Brighton versus West Ham. This is another huge game. I'm seeing the game to end in favor of Brighton. Brighton win or draw. Fulham against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace against Fulham against Crystal Palace. Fulham win or draw. Fulham win or draw. Wolves against Manchester United. This is supposed to be an easy ride for Manchester United, considering Wolves' form this season. Yes, Manchester United. I'm predicting Manchester United to win or draw. Yes, my first prediction is Manchester United win or Manchester United win or draw. These are my predictions for game week 15 in the English Premier League. What are your thoughts about game week 15 coming up? What are your thoughts and your predictions about the game week